This week in the markets, Alibaba raised $11 billion, Uber lost its license in London, and Disney Plus keeps raking in the subs. This is the Silver Reports Weekly Review, where we take a look at all of the headlines that moved the markets during the week. On Monday, the Dow closed up 190 points, the S&P closed up 23 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 112 points. Investors were excited about the Chinese government issuing new guidance on increasing penalties for intellectual property rights violations, which has been a sticking point in the trade negotiations and a point of contention going back several presidents. In other news, luxury house LVMH purchased Tiffany's for $16.2 billion. London transit officials made a decision not to extend Uber's license. Uber is appealing the decision. eBay announced that it will sell StubHub to Viagogo for $4 billion, a move that active investors Elliott Management had pushed for. In earnings news, Ambarella reported an earnings beat by 11 cents and a revenue beat by $2.9 million. Palo Alto Networks reported an EPS beat by 2 cents and a revenue beat by $2.5 million. Palo Alto Network also announced it would acquire Ambarella, a company that optimizes cloud networks. And Agilent Technology reported an EPS beat by 3 cents but missed on revenue by $10 million, and the stock dropped 3.5% in after-hours trading. On Tuesday, the markets continued moving up. The Dow closed up 55 points, the S&P closed up 6 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 15 points. Investors continued to be optimistic about a trade deal between the US and China. Alibaba's Hong Kong listing surged in its first day of trading. The New York Stock Exchange listed stock rose 2% as well. Alibaba raised around $11 billion from the listing. Research firm Aptopia reported that Disney Plus has added 1 million subscribers a day since going live. In earnings news on Tuesday, $50 million seemed to be the number. Best Buy reported an EPS beat by 10 cents and beat revenue estimates by $50 million. VMware reported an EPS beat by 6 cents and a revenue beat by $50 million. Dollar Tree missed EPS estimates by 5 cents but beat revenue estimates by $10 million. AutoDesk beat revenue estimates by $18.7 million and EPS estimates by 6 cents. Dick's Sporting Goods reported an EPS beat by 14 cents and a revenue beat by $50 million. And Dell reported an EPS beat by 16 cents but missed on revenue by $100 million. On Wednesday, the markets continued to make all-time highs as investors continued their optimism on a trade deal happening. The Dow closed up 42 points, the S&P closed up 13 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 57 points. In other news, the U.S. economy grew at a pace of 2.1% in the third quarter, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Elon Musk informed the markets that Tesla had already received 250,000 pre-orders for the Cybertruck. In earnings news, Deere Co reported an EPS of $2.14, which was in line with analyst estimates, and a revenue beat by $290 million. Yet the stock price dropped due to a revised profit expectations from the company. On Thursday, the markets were closed for Thanksgiving. On Friday, the markets were down due to more trade war worries. The Dow closed down 112 points, the S&P closed down 12 points, and the Nasdaq closed down 39 points, off news that President Trump signed a bill supporting the Hong Kong protesters. The move by the president concerned investors who believed it could add difficulty to getting a trade deal done. Overall, the Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq all closed up on the week. In crypto news, Bitcoin had a small rally this week, closing our week out at $7,750.51. Ethereum also had a small rally that started in the middle of the week and closed the week out at $154.50. Litecoin was trading at $48.62, and Ripple was trading at 23 cents. Crude oil closed the week out at $55.17, which was down 4.7% from last week's close. A big winner for the week was Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals, ARWR, which increased 48%. A big loser for the week was Titan Machinery, which decreased 24% on the week. A link to sign up to our weekend article in Focus is in the description below, and any headlines you want to read more about, a link to the full story is also in the description below. Thanks again for checking out the Silver Report to Market Review. This channel is dedicated to anyone who wants to start investing but doesn't know how or where to start. If you have any questions, ask in the comments section, like and subscribe, and may your next investment be your best investment. See you next week.